Oh, to the garden. It's a New York sound like we in the garden. Huh? Everybody with a check ain't certified. If you look behind these shades, you see a murder.
Yo, my creatives, what's going on? You already know when the ha go, man. Another edition of Cuts. I don't mean to go but you know how this goes, man. We get to the working over here at Remo Land. Culture, urban technology, and sports. You know what this platform's about. It's about bringing the power players, the creatives, tastemakers, what have you, athletes as well, and the techies that move the culture forward. Nonetheless, man, to my left, to your right, man. Let me tell you, man, in the trenches of this like New York City entertainment alone, just with this man, I've known him since I want to say 2013, 14. I want to be correct on that. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Underground trenches and all that. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time I've seen him, he's come through, and even when I made the conversion and changed over to DTF, I even seen him more. And our exchanges and everything like that, always, talking and everything like that. Has always been dope conversations, even some jokes here and there. or he'll get at me about the semi-bouginess of me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man. Yo, we got Debonair in the building, son. What's good, yo? What's good? First and foremost, we're going to crack this open. Hold on. It's going to look crazy. Yeah, there we go. Here you go. Pour first for you, sir.
Appreciate you.
All right, who cares? We got it in cups. Plastic cups. So what?
It's all right, man.
It's all right.
We comfortable,
We're going to have a little conversation.
That's beautiful. Thank
Conversations, man. Hold on.
Real grown man things
Yeah,
happening.
thank you. Yes. Don't mind his Barry White voice, my creatives. I mean, it is what it is. But we're here, man. It's all good. Don't constrain. No, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Yo, what's good? Yo, bring it in. Come on, man. Come on. Yes.
Cheers.
What's good, God? Yo, man, yo.
Oh, man.
Every time I see you, it's work. It is work. Grind. Tour.
Man.
World tour. Debonair, what's up, man? What's going on, God? What say you?
I'm feeling great, brother. I'm happy to be here. Been working on my new project, man. I took 2025 off just to work on writing. I had my album Alchemy. Shout out to Pure Artist Music. That's my label. I just came off a 2-year deal with them.
Nice.
So they showed me a lot of love. They produced that whole album. Shout out to Play Too Much and K Tuck, the producers that work with Pure Artist Music. And now it's Space Cowboy time.
Yes.
Man.
And I'm glad you're talking about that. Let's get right into it, man. Which is definitely a solid track. Solid album. You know what I'm saying? Solid project. Let's really get into it.
Yeah.
The title Space Cowboy feels cinematic. Were you aiming for a theme or story arc for the project? Take us into that, man.
Oh man. So last year, bro. Just after the Cat Williams and just after all of just the shenanigans, I just felt the disconnect from a lot of the fake. You started to see the fake people, the people that had an agenda that, when it came time for you to do what you love to do, whether it be your art, whether if you're in the sports or at your job, you've seen who your real ones were in 2025.
Right.
So I got to see who my real ones were. I went through some things. And I disconnected, man, and I got me a good strand of sativa consistently and started writing. I like to write an hour a day. Even if it's one line, I try to get some kind of thought on the pad. And Space Cowboy just came all of the double time and the instrumentation that I was coming into, as whether it be a Travis Scott album or whether it be some old Kanye West, some what's that, Dark Love, that dark one that he had, like I forget the name, Heartbreaking 808s. I tapped into that bag, man. I just was thinking out of the box. And there's a movie by the name of Space Cowboy with Tommy Lee Jones. It's an old movie where they're astronauts and they gotta go up there. I think they gotta go on the moon or Mars or something like that. Cliche to stop the asteroid from coming to killing us all and all of that shit.
Right.
So I get a lot of my material from movies, just watching great cinema. I think the cinema now these days is, the independent films is always killing it, but the motion picture Hollywood stuff is not how it used to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I had to go back in that nostalgic bag.
Nah, that's what's up, man. I mean, that's the one thing I always know about you, man. Like, you always keep it nostalgia. It's always unique and abstract creativity in a way where, it has to match your bars. It has to match your flow. It has to match your determination. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I always liked about you. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my creators. I'm bugging. Loved about you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. At the end of the day, does the space represent escaping expectations for you when it comes to Space Cowboy?
I think, I never thought about it like that, but I like how you put that.
Okay.
Because my fans, or what I say, people that my core followers, they love the backpacking and just the bar. Everything is just a struggle, and you just gotta kill everybody. And I want to, I want to,
pow, pow, bang, bang.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my cousin. I do music with him. He's a battle rapper. He does We Go Hard, Scotty Good. But he,
shouts to him, you know
yeah, man. We do songs, and as soon as his verse drop, everybody dead. As soon as he walk in, I done killed you, and the plug, the supplier. I'm like, I want to make some music.
I like that. He's like, hold on.
Yeah, I want to make some music to drive to. You can play at a bar mitzvah or a party or, a cruise ship. So this album, even though it has some bars in it, I definitely leaned on the commercial and the melodics and just a good time. One of my favorite songs is Love, and it's
Love. Yes.
Yeah.
I love how that got put together. Real talk, like that was. I was jamming it over here as well. But I love how that one out of one of the tracks. If I was like, if I was A&R or if I was on the marketing team, I'd have pushed that one for sure, off the strength of marketing and just like really getting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had to choose a single, you know what I'm saying?
He right there with me because that's the angle. And shout out to City of the King who produced that for me. Dope producer, City of the King. Shout out to you for that, man.
Glad you touched on that because we get into that right now. Let's get technical for a minute, son. Let's get real technical for a minute. How much does a quality producer elevate an artist, or is it just having a hot beat? Let's really bang into that, bro.
Oh man, no, you need a quality producer. I feel if you're fortunate enough to build a relationship with a quality producer, they will just make you sound like why is this dude not lit? Like they know your ins and outs, they know where you're weak at. They're able to guide you. Some of us artists are sensitive with taking direction. You got to be able to hear the direction. Sometimes the auto tune ain't hitting it, or that bar ain't hitting, or that hook ain't hitting. You got to be able to take direction. That's the problem too. A lot of producers just rather send those beats out. You can strike lightning with getting a hot beat, but it might be there goes those one-hit wonders. Why not build a catalog with somebody that consistently knows how you rap, will take chances with you, and just knows your in and out? So quality producer always, man.
I want to ask you, man, and when I do have producers on this platform, I always ask them about the BPMs, right? Because I feel producers they give some give a political answer, others give like a straight direct answer. I want to know also from the artist side, do the BPMs affect you, and also too, if the BPMs are off, does it mess with your pen? Take us into that, like real talk.
For me, I would say no.
Okay.
It's just depending on. I just noticed that music is always evolving and shape shifting, man. Even the stuff that to the drill and to the trap stuff. Like at first, the Migos came out. It's like, oh nah, I ain't never rapping like this. But then you see like, yo, if you could find a way to put bars into those beats and make a catchy hook, it could work for you as well. So not saying, oh, I got to get rid of the backpack. I got to get rid of the essence of where we all started at. But pay homage, even dip into that lane if you brave enough and have the heart to, and evolve with it. So the BPMs always, I think music is always switching and evolving. Just got to find your flow.
All right, so have you ever heard a beat that made you have to change your plan, like anticipating going into the studio, like going into the booth? Like was there ever like a time?
Only when I'm working with a producer. Because sometimes he'll play the beat and then we're rocking, and then he'll find an instrument out of nowhere, like a violin or like some kind of like, indent or something like that just so totally shift the beat to where now it's not just bars. I might have to do some double timing, but it's fire. Like, we have to go this direction now because we've been rocking on this joint, listening to it for 2 minutes, not writing nothing, just, smoking, like, yo, this is crazy. That same part keep coming back. I got to rewrite my verse now. This is the direction it's going now. So I just go with the flow of the music. Whatever feels good, sounds good, just got to make it make sense.
See, that's the thing. See, that's what I love to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, me, I'm outside of that type of creativity. You know what I'm saying? I did try to give it a try to rap. Trash, of course. Wood.com is cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's always, I love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to critique. Yes. It's easy to critique on a lens that's outside of the globe, right? As far as like when it comes to artists and even us in media. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to critique, but then do we really understand the behind the scenes? Do we really understand the psyche per se of artists? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in a way, when you start hearing the stories or you start hearing behind the scenes, or if you're there, like a good amount, my creatives of the artists, like Debonair and many others, I've seen behind the scenes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But for me, the way I am as a media person, I don't like letting everything out because this is what I have this platform for.
Exactly.
And then we could get into, you know what I'm saying? Dive into it. So even when I critique, y'all, you know what I'm saying? As artists, it's impartial, but it's more understanding on a creative standpoint.
Because you're a creative.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go crazy hard like, yo, trash this and this, that, or whatever. But in the same token, I'll have my notes.
Right.
But still, in a way, still give it some praise. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. In the times we in right now, the way people feel like, all right, yo, nah, I got my narrative. Gotta matter. It
gotta go this way.
It gotta go this way. I gotta say this. I gotta do that. And it's like, all right, are we really understanding? That's the key term, my creatives. Are we really understanding what's going on here? And you know what I'm saying? So I get it from an artist standpoint. Like, yo, when artists get mad, you know what I'm saying? When artists get mad and they hear media, go crazy. You know what I'm saying? On the objective and the subjective is like off the radar. Off the radar with it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, all right, are we really understanding? You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some media people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That do understand it.
I think that's the tricky thing with artistry and music and anything. Like, nobody's wrong, but not everybody's right type of thing.
Right.
Especially when you hear some of these artists and some of the content. And it's like someone that cares about music, cares about the message, and you hear someone just like, maybe they might be talented, but their message is just crazy. Like, like you just looking for fame. You know what I mean? It's almost turned a little gimmicky when you bring social media into the act.
Right.
A lot of these people get these one-hit wonder off of a reel, off of some clicks, and they somewhere in their living room just having a good time, but not really looking to be an artist out there like that. And all of a sudden, they're white hot lit. They got to learn everything backwards. Stage, performing, engaging, doing a cappella, doing studio. No, I just made this in my living room or my house. I wasn't looking to be a star, but now you're out here. You know what I mean? That's a lot of these, I call them internet artists, some of those guys that get popular off of the reels. I was outside before that. So it's like you got to catch up and evolve. And sometimes you see people that don't care about the art, or at least it seems like it. And that's damaging, I think, sometimes to the culture. So that's the only takeaway I would take away from. Sometimes we need those critiques. We need those harsh critics like, yo, come on, bro. Like, I see the message. I see you going viral, but, get in there and get some training before you go on tour and all of this stuff.
Yes. And that's key. And also, too, I want to add on. See, shout out to DJ Chase. I mean, shout out to DJ Chase, you know what I'm saying? We always get into, not debates, but we get into the conversations of it. And my angle always has been, for the last, I want to say like 5-6 years, I've been defending artists in a sense of, because some of the promoters or whomever is the venue booking the artist, right? They have to take some kind of accountability. You know what I'm saying? Because here's my thing. Here's my thing. And I'm going to keep it above. Here's my thing. I get it to expect an artist to work on their stage presence, right?
Right. Yeah.
But you can't have that kind of expectation if what's been allowed for said artist has continuously been allowed over time. There's a difference where, okay, maybe a here and there. Right?
Yeah.
But if you know said artist is not prepared already,
This is true.
you've taken said artist's funds or whatever have you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think happens after that? It's a hamster wheel effect. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's constantly a hamster wheel effect to a point where, okay, now that expectation is minute because, hello, look at the amount of times you allowed that artist to get on. This artist, that artist, and I get it because the entryway to said level has been so open floodgates like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's hard to like shrink that down. Now, if you are one that did it beforehand, see, that's different.
Yeah.
Now, if you beforehand cut it down, okay, 12 acts, 10 acts, and you kept being consistent like that. See, now to critique the vetting of said talent, now that it's going to be forced on artists to step it up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, a good amount don't want to do that, and I get it because you got to find a way to pay the club and venue. Look, you know me, my girls. We get to it. You got to pay the venues. I get that, but at the same token, look what you're sacrificing when it comes to the value.
I come from that competing for a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Having professionals that were on the road with maybe the Rock Nations or whoever the case may be, Bad Boy and stuff like that, come to these shows and give real solid advice and not pull no punches because you're viral or you brought 25 people. If you need work, you need work. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, you're right on that front, and also I think that just these guys are spoiled, like the stars of today. You know what I mean? Like if I gotta just sit in my crib and go viral, or for the female rappers that show half a butt cheek, and then it's like 1 million views. I'm like, damn. It's like, yo, so and so got 1 million views. I'm like, yo, who's this new person? And then I go on their page and you don't see maybe quality music until maybe the 10th post. It's butt cheeks and they're not even really rapping or doing anything, and then maybe they get a block TV and then it's up from there. So that's like, like you said, hamster wheel is the same cycle, It's crazy, man.
Yeah, so what separates a producer who just makes beats from one who actually builds records? What's the distinction in that?
Oh, man. I think the distinction is, one, you'll probably have someone that can play an instrument, right? Mm-hmm. And build each piece without sampling from a program. So it's a little bit more rougher, authentic. I've seen producers play the keyboard and then, they might sing and their little humming will be the sample. That's the difference between, a producer that might just go and download a program and take an already made sample and already made instruments and just put them together. That's just good sequencing, and then you might know how to master and you might know how to put things together. But being able to play the instruments and create it from scratch, that's a whole different ball game right there. You get some classic records. I think some of those, records like something that you would hear like John Legend on and Rick Ross, some of those instrumentations, violins and pianos, and then maybe a harp and a flute. Some of the Kanye stuff, like when I see him the backstage or see his documentaries and see he has the choir, he has like building it from scratch, adds that authenticity that's just puts it in a rare space for me.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. I mean, for me, for my, going around and moving around, like the times I have seen producers. You know what I'm saying? I remember early pandemic. I remember I was working with Eli Turbo.
Okay.
Known hip hop engineer, producer that's helped out a slew of artists. And I remember we was working on a project with the UN. Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I was doing my producing and filming wise. So there's a part where I'm sitting there and I'm at the boards with him. We had Quad Studios.
Okay.
So I'm at the boards. I'm just looking at him and I'm just like, yo, this shit is nuts. Like, this man is like really piecing together, because I remember we had the violinists. We had the tubas. They was in studio. And then I remember shout out to my man Jackson.
Oh man.
You know, we was filming outside by the Red Steps. So the shots that we did with the violinist, and I was just looking how he was just taking the sounds.
Yeah.
Even though there was like noise in the background, clockwork noise in the background, he's still putting that together and putting his thing together. And I was just amazed. I was just astonished by that. And that's the thing about me as a creative. Yeah. Like, you know, shout out to the High School of Art and Design. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing how things get built piece by piece, you know, layer by layer and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking, I think there's a video. I got to put that video out again. I think there's a part I was talking with him. And just like him, just picking his brain about why'd you do that? Why'd you put that tone in? It was dope. Yeah. It was dope. So I definitely get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. All right, let's get with you worldwide, son. What's one country where the crowd surprised you by knowing your lyrics word for word?
I won't say it's a country. I went to the Virgin Islands. No, I won't say that. I'll say I have music playing right now in Paris on a mixtape in UK. They hit me up every year. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's basically they want to hear like New York sounding hip hop,
right?
And how it
boom bap.
Yeah. So they reached out to me. I did 2 tracks. Mm-hmm. One is called In My City, and the other one is called Hustler, and it's on Rhymes, RHYMEZ.
Right.
It's on Rhymes. It's out right now. I was surprised that they reached out because I hadn't sent anything out to anyone. It was just an internet thing. Someone hit me up. I went to a studio in Williamsburg. They sent me some money. I can't get mad at that. You know, signed an agreement as far as my lyrics concerned, and as far as anything else, I shot a video in the Virgin Islands. That was a lot of fun. It never came out, but just that
experience.
Yeah, and then performing out there for the people. And that's what I say to artists too, especially, you know, I love rapping and rappity rap, but you got to make music that you could play on the cruise ships, that you could play. And luckily I have that in my catalog, so I wasn't out there talking about, you know, New York shit when they don't know what's going on. Like they, you know, projects, they got huts and, you know, villas, they got sand and water, they ain't got all these high rises. So I had to go to my party bag and my good time bag. So I think that right there was a pretty high up experience for me.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. So, and that's, I'm glad you touched on that. I'll be one of the artists like and creatives that really understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we New York, there's 4 corners of the world. If you want to say that, that's argumentative or that's subjective or whatever have you. But also, you got to understand, for you know things to increase, or for the level of your music to increase, or touch other niches and fan bases and stuff like that, you gotta kind of go outside of your comfort zone or outside of your boundary. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be real adaptive.
Man, I tell you, they show so much love. I always talk when I get around my people and we just talk. I always talk about when I performed at LA, at LA Fame.
Nice.
Oh my God, man. I love that. Hollywood, I stayed in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh, let me tell you. My creatives, you know how I feel about, listen, if it's not LA, you know my towns. Hollywood Hills, Santa Monica, you know that, my creatives. You know that.
Oh, my
you know
God.
that.
It was like my experience was out of a Netflix movie. My Uber driver, first of all, I'm there by myself. I'm waiting for my people to arrive. I order liquor. I'm thinking I'm getting it sent to me, but I sent it to a neighborhood that like I can't be going to the neighborhood with a certain hat or whatever, but it was a Spanish neighborhood. Uber driver came, picked me up. She said, look, I'm going to just take you to the front. You just run in, just get it. You good to go. It's already paid for. But it looked sketchy already. And they could tell I wasn't from there. And I didn't wear any kind of crazy hat. I had like a hat that said King on it, all black. So it was like, I don't know what set he could be from. So I got my liquor. I get to the villa. I needed some bud. Shorty turned around and said she grow bud too. Went, got me a whole thing. Kicked it with me. Like, I was just like, yeah, can't do this in New York, man.
I mean, and I was going to get to that. Does international love hit different than hometown love for you? Man. Yeah, take us into that.
All the time. Even with, like, beats, I shout out to Prophany. I get beats from Czech Republic. My man out there always sends me some stuff. Always spinning records, like... constant invitations. Only thing is, with my schedule, I have to really take time out to get out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's and then all the politics right now is crazy. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do in the near future. I gotta do something with dual citizenship. I got some peoples in Canada. I'm getting out to Canada this year, actually.
Nice.
But the hospitable, if I said that the right way, the hospitality is just A1. It's A1, man. And they love all of the tracks they listen to attentively, and they want to ask you questions. And if you got merch, they're buying all your merch and they're posting it and they're showing it. It's just different love,
Like me, sorry about that. Even on a media sense, right?
Yes.
What's the feeling on that? Is it abrasive? Is it more like, wow, like how can this come back over here to the U.S.? Take us into that.
I just think with the media, they want the knowledge. They want to know what life is like. I mean, they get a sense of it, but they really want to know they try to see it through your eyes and through your lens. I mean, over here, it's so many, and then it's a lot of journalists and the people that's in media from overseas over here, getting their bones trying to make it. But for them, when you go out there and when you get that different love, it's almost like they just want to know your whole life story. And you don't get that here. It's like they want to know something. They want to know about you, but they want to know all the hard stuff and what you had to go through. Did you go to jail? You're from Brooklyn. Did you ever meet Jay-Z at all? Did you ever? It's like,
right.
No, not everybody in Brooklyn knows Jay-Z. Like, not everybody in Brooklyn knows Jay-Z and familiar with the Notorious B.I.G. and all of that. Right. But that's basically what you would get from like the media up here. You know what I mean? From different avenues.
That's all right. We're gonna touch some souls and shake some feathers on this next one. Does hip hop move the goalpost too much, or is that a price of staying relevant? Let's go into it. What's up? Yeah. Let's go. Hey, listen. This is what happens on Remo Land. We do this shit.
Oh man.
Let's get into it. Nah, for real. Let's get into it.
Damn. The purists are losing. I think the purists are losing this hip hop battle. I mean, thank God for the Nas's of the world and the Wu-Tangs, still doing shows and still on pods and popping out. But the relevancy is all in the feuds, the fake beefs, the who's on the Joe Budden, whatever. Like, it's just all gossipy and gimmicky in some spaces, and it really just, to me, damages the culture.
Okay.
I still think there's a community. It's still a pure community here. The independent community they're still there. We're still fighting, but it's overshadowed by the gimmicks and the clout chasings, and so the hip hop is in a constant war, man.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. For me, as of late, I want to say the last decade, I feel it's getting too, like the goalpost is getting moved too much. And for me, and I say that because it depends on whose narrative is the most popular. right? In that regard,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter from media, it doesn't matter from artists, whomever, figure, superstar, whatever.
Right.
Whatever narrative is the most popular, that's where the pendulum gets swung to. You get what I'm saying? No, real shit.
Nah,
and
right.
for me, it gets nerve-wracking when, even if you're one that don't want to go by that, right? And you stick to like totality of one's resume or totality of skill set, right? Now it's, well, I don't know, I still feel away, but it's like, all right, but dog, even if you do feel away. So, perfect example, right? I'm going to keep it a buck. The latest with this J. Cole thing.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Don't get me wrong. I get it. If the elephant in the room is competition, right?
Right.
I get it to that sense. But it's hard for me to dismiss one's whole entire discography, or for that matter, to dismiss anything after such a choice, whatever, because of a choice of not wanting to compete. And I get it with hip hop. I get it.
Yeah.
Even if someone does come out and say something, I get it.
Yeah.
But then for me, it's like, okay, what about the others that did do the competition?
Step up, yeah.
They did step up, but then they still put out mediocre shit. So where's the whole dismissing of a discography? You know what I'm saying? In that regard.
That's out of line.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking for you as said artist. If I'm coming to that in that standpoint, what say you?
Oh man, I feel like man, he was in a tough space, a tough spot, and the people want blood no matter what. They don't want to hear about the psyche and the origin and this, that, and the third. The broad scale is blood. We want to see you guys battle. And, I mean, just seeing what Drake went through, I feel like part of hip-hop is like, well, no, we can't let you say you the king of this, that, and the third, and you ain't get out there and take your lashes like Drake took his lashings. He went to war, he took his lashings, and he's doing what he's doing. But, you said that's your brother, we respect it. But now you can't go on the records and talk about you the best out and this, that, and the third.
No, and I get that, and I get that part.
That's the part.
Right, and I get that part.
I could never not. I mean, Cole got some classics. You can't
dismiss a totality of skill set. That's the thing for me. Look, I'm gonna keep it up. Shout out to NW Sparrow. He had put something up, and he gave me his explanation up, and it was a clear explanation. And for me, what I was saying from my standpoint, what I just told you was, okay, I get it. Competition, cool. And I think I put an analogy up about how that time when LeBron with Kobe, right, during during the All-Star game, Kobe slapped the floor.
Oh yeah.
And that one time, you know what I'm saying? That one time, Kobe, wanted, all right, let's get this one-on-one for the one time, right? And LeBron didn't step up to the plate. Yeah. Now, right? Granted, people did say something about it, but on the other hand, nobody dismisses his whole career.
Soft like Charmin, bro.
No facts, but nobody dismisses his whole career.
I mean,
you get what I'm saying? And listen, and the reason why I'm putting that analogy, you know what I'm saying? And there was a person in the comments that didn't understand it. They were trying to say about his career. I was like, no, you're missing my point. My point is, because that's a moment, right? And it's a set conditional as far as like for the sport itself. It's a set conditional of the passing the torches of stars, right? Okay, let's get it for the one time. Now, if a star steps up and do it, cool, and don't complete, it's like, all right, well, I don't know. But in the same token, you're not going to dismiss a whole.
Gotta respect.
You're not going to dismiss a whole skill set or a whole resume because of the moment. So that's the reason why I put that analogy up, because in the same token, I get it with J. Cole, right? I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I want this to be understood, my creator. I get it. But to dismiss a whole discography or even a whole skill set, and that's the thing for me with this culture, it's like, all right, but if he would have did some mediocre shit, we're still gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're still gonna dismiss. If the bars didn't equate or he didn't battle enough or whatever, you're still gonna dismiss. So at the end of the day, what's going on here? You get what I'm saying?
That's just the internet world we live in right now is yay or nay. Everything is built off of moments. They might forget about it, they might not, but it's always there because of the internet. And with LeBron, he just that's a great analogy. They're just attesting who they are. They're just saying this is who we are. LeBron, I'm a team player. Yeah, I got the one-on-one, and I probably could do you. But if I see an open shot or a better play, I'm going to make it. Same with Cole. Yeah, that's my brother, and I probably could get some good hits off. But in the long run, I might want to do some work with this dude in the future, or I might want to do this, that, and the third, or go to the West Coast. I never know what kind of the feedback could come from this battle. And then I never know what bag I might get in. I might say something very bad. Because Drake these guys was going for families. It could get really ugly. So they just was thinking further and not the moment that was right in front of them, which could have been good or bad, so.
And that's the other thing, too. Like, it's like, for me, it's like, I get it because this culture was from the mud, right?
Right.
And the music was from the mud. Culture and music, two different things. But either way, it was from the mud. But in the same token, it's like, we punish the artist so much that, God forbid, damn if they do, damn if they don't. But then it's weird now in these times, dismiss everything. And it's like,
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But then it's like other said artists that have done shit and they did mediocre shit. There's a dismiss, but not a whole dismiss. So it's like, that's why, I feel it's like the goalpost within this culture, it gets moved so much, and it's like no set standard.
It's blurry.
It's blurry, or there's no set standard.
And there's this, likable. If you're likable and you got some kind of a brand going or some kind of a following,
right?
They twist and bend the rules just a little bit if the artistry is not adding up with the brand. So there goes those, that goalpost moving on you, man.
Right. All right, man. Do you think lyricism still matters, or it's just a niche lane now?
Well, you ask it, man.
Hey, listen, what's up? No, listen. Let's get to it.
I think lyrics matter to the point where y'all gotta go get AI to write y'all songs. I hope y'all not doing that. So I be busting my noggin, pause, man, trying to get these ideas together. I care about it. You don't want to rap and make somebody freaking head spin. Like, what did he just say? Rewind or slow down your lyric mid-bar. You already on the next bar. They still reciting what you said when you started. That's lyricism. How, as an artist, do you not want that? How do you not? The lyrics matter to me. It's a message. Why are you even up here? What are you talking about? What are you took no time in your craft. You wrote down garbage. You paid studio time, engineer, beat, and rap that? You're going to the show. Hot 97s, Power 105s. You wanted Remo approved. And you came with that. Lyrics to me will always matter. Always.
Nah, that's what's up. And for me, I feel, see, here's the thing. And again, it comes to what we talked about before about the goalpost moving, right? On one hand, because we want to say blame the times, right? The times went in, right? Yeah. But then again, it's like, okay, we get mad at context. So it's like, all right, which one is it? Do we want vibes or do we want context? Right, but if you get context, don't get the vibe, what can you really be mad at? You know what I'm saying? And I get it, entertainment is entertainment, but in the same token, it's like, okay, something has to give. Okay, something has to give. And don't get me wrong, even to now, about what can be said at this point, because yes, a good amount of artists, unfortunately, aren't differentiating about their stories, right?
Right.
Sometimes, if this artist says the rapper, the trapper, the kimmer, right? You might get next artist that says, yo, the op, the kill, the get, whatever. But it's like, I get the anguish of like, yo, could we just get something different? But you have to understand again, it's so saturated, and entryway into the industry and music
Right.
is at an abundance, like a huge abundance. It's like, you know what I'm saying? How can you really get something different, something different? You know what I'm saying? If minimum in a town like us, like New York, right?
Right.
Minimum artists, New York, plus upstate, if you want to count upstate too, city, upstate,
That's a fact.
and Long Island, right? Let's say like 2,500. That's minimum. And I'm being nice with that number. That's minimum. How can you really expect that much when there's no vetting? There's no, you know what I'm saying? And also too, for the average person, how many DSPs? How many DSPs we have?
Oof.
And per DSP, how many artists put out project, EP, mixtape, semi-mixtape,
Billions, man.
mixtape, and the amount of time, like it's even the time.
Yeah.
I'll keep it a buck. Like, when it comes to the reviews, I'll keep it a buck. It's hard. It's a challenge to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
It helps to be good.
Yo, seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, and trust me, for me, I get upset. And I'm saying, I'm being transparent here, my creative. You know what I'm saying? As a media person, because if I put my heart into something that I reviewed, right?
Yeah.
Damn. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other joints. I gotta check. I'm like, damn. Plus, I gotta edit my shit. Plus, I gotta edit the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Plus,
working.
Okay, I gotta go out and do what I do. Oh, the acting. My bad. I gotta act.
Another bag.
No, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's tough. It's tough. It's challenging. It's tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all my critiques. I do the best I can to be as impartial, but in the same token, I don't. As far as context of lyrics,
right,
I do put emphasis, but not to a degree of where I needed to be bashing, or for that matter, a tone deaf critique.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I think it's like, okay, well, you guys are doing that. Keep your ball in that yard. Don't play over here. Like, if you double timing and you harmonizing, don't come to a cipher with that unless you really rap.
Right.
And perform that, because I've seen it be a whole hip hop show and then somebody come double timings. They not even rhyming their lyrics. They're dancing and the song is playing in the background. If it's pop or vibe, it's a vibe type of genre, I think it might have to be a subgenre in hip hop and a lane for type of creative expression music where there's no story or no message. You just want to have a good time. You're talking about the day you're having, or you pop the bean or whatever, and it's just great beats. And we'll listen to this when we'll have a sativa and mushrooms. Well, we're not going. We're not gonna. This is not. We're not gonna hear this on Shade 45, or we're not expecting the greats to really sit down and dissect and break this down. And that's what artists should know. So, if as an artist, know your style, and if you want to, if you're dumping into different lanes, respect that lane. Signal, check. And make sure before you jump in that lane, you got a rites of passage and you know what you're doing. You can't just come to no cipher freestyling off the top and you sound crazy. You ain't got nothing prepared. You got to, I tell you, I made shout out to Punchline Academy, DJ Amadeus.
DJ, salute to you. Yeah, Amadeus, you gotta pull up to the pod, bro.
That's a fact, man.
I'm gonna hit you up, but yo, you gotta pull up to the pod, though.
That's a big fact. Torres, my man Torres, and terminology, like just that whole camp. I went maybe 3 or 4 Thursdays in a row just for like a month battling for opportunity to get to Vinny Idol crib and record for Punchline Academy. And when I tell you, that was just, and I was taking the L train deep into Bushwick, coming out there, staying till like 3 in the morning. and I earned, and that's the appreciation you get. I earned my spot. You know what I'm saying? I know they have the price list, and you know I could have probably went and paid or whatever the case may be, because it's all to push the message forward. But to get it like that, eating up MCs for lunch, breakfast, all of that. Like I was coming right, and yeah. That's what I wish every artist would either experience to some capacity, some kind of
The
battle
side of
rap,
that Henny
something.
Colada, you heard?
Yeah, man, you know, just come on, man, earn that blunt, earn that eighth, earn that, you know, that shot of Henny. Get out there and you know, it's cool to make your videos and mess with strangers, because that's the thing that they do. They vlogging and they putting up skits. It's a new era, but when you earn it, it's just so much sweeter, man. I'm telling you.
All right, we're gonna get to one more, and then you ain't getting out of here. We definitely gotta do bars of Cap. All right, man. Is radio still the gatekeeper, or have podcasts replaced the power?
Ooh. Oh my God.
Michael, shout out to the ReemoMeerak brand team, yo. We don't play with the pre-productions over here, bro.
Oh man, that's a good one. And I'm gonna say this for surely. The radio was the way to go. Everybody wanted to get on the radio. I remember when I first got on Hot 97, whole Most Def Brown Sugar Hotel experience. But the pod is killing. I think it's the new wave. I just think it's the best way to get any type of brand music, anything. People are not tuning into the radio. They're on their phones. They're streaming. They're streaming from their TVs while they're watching the kids, while they're working on their computers. They're listening to their favorite podcast. I think the pod is the next. I'm going with podcast. That's my final answer. No lifelines, nothing.
All right, and listen, don't get me wrong. I mean, it depends on how you go about it. Always, and you know, my credits how we talk about it on cuts. You know what I'm saying? And me being here in the podcast lane and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed for the opportunity of what I got. Do I wish I was on radio? I do wish I was on radio. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, you know, I was blessed with the opportunities given for what we're here for. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
So at the end of the day, I've never been the one to knock radio or whatever the case, because I'm a podcaster or whatever. And it really depends on how do you go about it with the marketing. You know what I'm saying? Either way, a plan still has to happen. If you happen to be on a run on radio and your song or whatever have you, or business what have you, is catching heat on radio, cool.
Right.
But if you got the opportunities to go in the podcast run, go in the podcast run. However way it goes. Don't get me wrong. Yes, the power is shifting, but in the same token, it's like, yo, you can't not radio. I mean, I've seen people not radio and all that, but it's like, bro, the dollars are still going to radio. Until the dollars stop going to radio, I hate to say it, it still has an impact. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, Debonair, before you get up out of here, no shim. You're not getting away from this. Okay. Bars of Cap. You know what it is, my creators, with Bars of Cap. You know what I'm saying? Bars of Cap. It is our segment game here. You know what I'm saying? Read some scenarios. Bar, pretty much if you agree to it. Cap, self-explanatory is Cap. Are you ready?
Okay, got you.
All right, man. A great producer can turn an average rapper into a good one. Bars of Cap.
Bars.
All right, speak on the bars.
Migos, I would say. Who they work with? This that guy's name. Quality Control.
Yeah, QC.
Oh man, I mean, and shout out to what's his name, Offset.
Yes.
Who Takeoff Pat.
Takeoff Pat.
He was. I didn't know he was as nice as he was too. He was probably one of the better Migo out of all of them. Mm-hmm. After listening to some of their material, but I would say the Migos is a perfect example. After the Raindrop, Drop Top, all of that, I wouldn't say it got a whole lot better, but the material and their music started to become. They started to get better with the craft and started to make more hits. So I'll give it to, I'll say Bars on it with the Migos. I'm pretty sure it's a better example, but I just cannot think of it right now.
All right, man. BPMs absolutely affect how hard your bars hit. Bars are Cap.
Damn. Because some of those don't. Some of those punches don't punch without that. I'm gonna say bars.
All right, speak on it.
Oh man, I say listen to any Styles P or Jadakiss freestyle. I would say listen to Ghost in the Shell,
Right.
classic Styles P mixtape. I mean, he was just talking, but the shout out to Super Mario. Each beat that he had, it was just the bass and the drum would stop right when he's delivering a punch. I think that 1-2 combo is uncanny, especially when him and Jadakiss do the 2-on-2. It's ridiculous. So I would definitely say bars. Styles P, Ghost in the Shell. If you haven't heard that mixtape, it's a classic. You can find it on YouTube. Check it out.
All right, man. Space Cowboy is Debonair's most personal project to date. Bars or cap?
Cap, man.
All right.
I was having a good time on Space Cowboy. I was, man, mushroom tea and sativas, and I was getting massages and taking walks. The summertime at 25, I was going to all of the water spots in the city, writing, just floating, just, finding peace.
Right.
I was telling my story. I have 2 other albums out, Dopamine 2019 and then Alchemy, that dropped actually 2024, the end of 2024 on the 25 with pure artist music. And those were storytellings and talking about my neighborhood and just different situations and scenarios. Space Cowboy is just, man, I just wanted to have a good time. Dope beats. I wanted to inspire people. So I have tracks on there, inspirational. So definitely Cap. That was a good time.
All right. Let's see. I like this one. This album could have been made earlier in your career. Bars or cap?
Bars.
Why bars?
Because I'm just so, when you're first starting and you're coming out, you got something to prove, and you're not really focused on the fun and making party joints and making good time joints. You want to show these people that you could rap and you better than them. So that's all I was concerned with coming into the game. Facts.
All right. Touring makes you a better artist, not just a better performer. Bars or cap?
Bars.
All right, speak on that.
Broaden your horizons, man. I was privileged to do a tour and go to North Carolina, go to Virginia, go to Cleveland, go to Virgin Islands, Baltimore, Boston. And then each and every city has a different flavor. You get more fans, more people following you, more people wanting to get to know you and identify you. And you get a sense of self and where you are. So you can't go to Boston talking about, shout out to this, that, and the third. I just went to the deli. You got to know a street out there. The people want to be able to know that you really, you flow with them. You know what I'm saying? So I think once you get out of your comfort zone, you really get to see the appreciation that people got for your art and make you appreciate the art even more. Word.
All right, man. Lyricism isn't the priority anymore. Bars or cap?
Oh, man.
What's up?
It's a shot.
What's up?
What's
up?
Bars.
Why bars? Go ahead, son.
Oh, God. I'm trying to.
No, I'm just saying, why bars? Go ahead.
Oh, man, because I'm trying to. Oh,
Yo,
man.
don't be political. This bars or cap. Yo, you don't do political on bars or cap.
I'm trying to think of a perfect example. Yeah. So you got the one-hit wonders, right? Where are they now? The one hit that throw some D's on them. The Riding Dirty, the Chameleonaires of the world. You can get in that white hot spotlight just off a whim, with no talent, no bars, just a catchy hook. Even I'm not, because I'm thinking about the internet. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of acts on the internet that is just how like Young Thug. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. Some of the stuff is catchy, like, you know, when I'm like off my eighth blunt, I can listen to it. Like I have to be out of my mind to really understand, hear a Young Thug bar and be like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? Like he came on the scene with the dress and the shotgun and the AK-47 or whatever gun he had. I already knew his gimmicks from then on in. He kept meeting good producers. Then he lucked up and got with T.I. and got that Ain't About Him. I'm like, T.I. done threw this boy an alley-oop. He ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little... As I'm thinking about the song.
Right, man. That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Because you listen to T.I., he's hitting them, he's talking knowledge. This is the money. I ain't got time, da-da-da-da. And then you get the Young Thug, and it's just... Your knowledge, your brain almost goes backwards to caveman times. And it's like, yabba dabba do. It's like, what? But the beat is going. We're outside, we're partying. We got to keep partying, right? And we just neglect the just straight, idiotic, whatever is coming out. So, all the way bars, you don't need to have lyrics to make it, guys, but please try to have lyrics.
Please try. All right, a couple more, then we'll close out.
No doubt.
Let's see. Do I want this one or do I want this one? You know what? NYC artists have it harder than other artists from other cities. Bars are cap. Woo.
Oh my God, that's
bars. I'm wilding, right?
Bars.
Let's speak on it.
Everybody's nice.
Your word.
Everybody's nice.
Everybody's nice.
I'm
entitled.
Yeah.
I should skip the line.
Mm-hmm.
You should know me by now.
My mans did a bid with this one over there. He used to be out there with Alpo, and he was hustling, and I'm like, everybody's the toughest, the meanest.
Everybody's the big fish.
That's why I don't.
Everybody's balling.
That's why you can't just make rap music. You got to make all type of music you can do it all, but you can't. You have to be a Swiss Army knife because everybody. I pride myself on genuine relationships, being solid, being who I am. Whether I'm at an event and my face is all over the place, or if I'm at an event and it's not about me, it's somebody else, and I'm just there, and people happen to know who I am. I'm going to make sure it's about who I'm there for. I'm going to make sure that I still get the Instagrams and still network and still show up on time and still treat it as a business and be professional. I mean, you get a good show and a few clicks. Now you're showing up to 11 p.m. and I can't go on until this. Like, we all lit. We all had a moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem with the New York scene. I would say this. I see some of the youngins are a little bit more unified than the OGs.
Right.
You know, and I give it to them for that because I do see they do the drill music and do probably be up there by itself. And then a whole crowd of the youngins will come up there and start hopping. Look like they all got to go to the bathroom. They all hopping.
Yo, oh my God. My creatives, listen. This is what happens on Bars of Cap.
Man. They be shooting shots at the OGs, man. Talking about this dude asked me, yo, you must read the encyclopedia. You must read the dictionary every day, like after, you know. So it's a give and take. So they don't understand everything we do. We don't understand everything they do. But it's all music. It's all for the culture. But I do love the unity. So that's what I was speaking on. But for us, we got the hip-hop community, the community in itself, we got to come together. We all lit.
Let's get it with a couple more. One of these last two, and then we're pretty much out of here.
Copy.
Yo, radio is still necessary for breaking records. Bars of Cap.
Cap.
All right, speak on it.
I mean, if all the new hits out here come off the internet, Instagram, TikTok, Folded. I didn't hear that on the radio until I looked on TikTok. I saw it first, or Instagram. Parodies and people doing skits. I mean, the internet. That's because people are not. I mean, just think about it. When you wake up in the morning, you're not cutting on the news. You checking your phone. First thing you hear is a song or a beat, and it goes from there.
I bet this is the last one. Top 10 lists are mostly popularity contests. Bars or cap?
Mostly popularity. Top 10? Like, is it...
Right, within hip-hop. Top 10 within hip-hop.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think I say bars on that.
All right, speak on them.
Because well, all right. So now we got the radio is important, but I think the podcast is what's making our rap greats or upcoming rappers or whatever the case may be more relevant. So if they talk about you on like the Is What It Is or the Joe Buttons or whatever like that, or the Complex, when all of those things, it goes viral instantly. And it's always, we always see Jadakiss and we might see Nas, and then something might happen where like the verses were a thing where it just revamped all the careers of, I won't say revamped them, but it was just like people
Made us realize.
oh yeah,
I remember that. Hold on.
people got tours and you got to go back online, and then even, and I'm sad to say, but the drama is just all we got now is just old old drama that gets replastered and rehashed. It's almost like they want a beef, but like they don't really. It's like, okay, you need a few dollars, you need somebody, you got something coming out. We're gonna start some drama. We're gonna bring up something that's been brewing for 25 years, and it's really it's to me it's pointless, but because people are starting to see.
Yeah,
we're starting to see. It's like, what are we doing? You guys don't got no records out. Y'all talking about, what I mean? I like to see Max B coming back home, doing his thing. And I like the fact that he's just same old Max B.
Right.
Same old.
Right.
that cousin that's mad funny, that how did the hell he get where he got, but he got where he got for being 100 genuine and organic in himself, and you can't even be mad at that. But some people, they gonna hate on it no matter what.
Yeah, man, real talk. You already know this, man. Yo, Dad, bring it in, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
you, man.
No doubt. Thanks for having me,
Look at the camera. Let everybody know where to follow you at, man. Real talk.
Hey, you already know what it is. It's Debonair, better known as the Black Bruce Wayne, coming from Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Go get that Space Cowboy out right now. The real that's the real DEBANAIRE on all platforms.
Yeah, man. You already know it is, my creatives. You know how it goes here, man. Culture, urban technology, and sports. We're here, the tastemakers, the creatives, athletes, techies, what have you. Come here and move the culture forward. You already know what it is, man. Follow here at Culture, Urban, Tech, and Sports. Also, too, my Instagram. You know my Instagram. At ReemoMeerak_. You know the hashtag go. Remo approved. You feel you want to come up here to Remo land.
Right.
Hit me up on the DM. Hit me up on the email. Hit my team up. And then we can see what's up, man. If you're worthy of it, or if you're of that value too, come up here and cuts. Let's chop it up, and you know what it is. You know what it is, goes, man. Hands over the eyes. 8-1, baby. It's the 2 up. Turn that 2 over. Ruger's up. You already know what it is, man. And that's peace. We are out of here. You already know.
Oh, to the garden. It's New York, sound like we in the garden. Huh? Everybody with a check ain't certified. If you look behind these shades, you see a murder house.